Hi everyone, John is here and today I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week. We will have a look at main pairs and possible entry points. Well, there's pretty much actually more my entry points on Monday, Tuesday, because if you follow my videos, you know that I make every day now trying to and share with you the ideas where to look for the possibilities of market movement and entries, right? So starting with euro dollar, and you know guys that this week was unpredictable news. On Monday it's happened when they announced that there is a vaccine which is 90% successful fighting with COVID-19, and a lot of movements happened on Monday with some pairs. So because basically these are quite positive news, they still might continue through this week, except I would still more think that they should come down now, because it was a good news, right? But still not, the vaccine is not being used, okay? So it's only just been studies saying that it's working, and that's why I would pretty much still think that the market should be negative about the COVID, because it's spreading and more people get sick. Also, we have election, right? Still uncertainty what is going on out there, and I think Donald Trump was mentioning something in his tweets that there is something going to be coming this week. So guys, you need to be really careful. Once again, uncertainty on the markets, and it could be unpredictable movements, and anything can happen. So by the way, just if you trade with like robots, there's, you know, because when the big moves happens, like for example with gold, a huge move happened, some brokers will not let you get in or get out at the second or something, and you will have a bit of delays, and so that's why I'm just like saying to you, during this event you have to be really careful, because there are different special conditions which brokers apply, so you need to just take that to the account when you are trying to apply EA, or even manually. I was trying to, one of the brokers trying to get out from the trade, and I had to press my button a few times to actually to get out. Yes, well, I mean, the brokers are trying to protect themselves too from the losses, because you know the drop on gold was like uh, nearly 1,000 pips, something like 10,000 points nearly. So yeah, that's why anything can happen. So just be prepared, and especially like if you are trading a small account, you really need to be careful. That's I'm just trying to warn you guys about. We still have another week of who knows what can happen. So let's just see and do as usual technical, based pretty much on nothing huge happens, right? But we understand that it's only technical, and where I will be looking at the possible entries. So looking at euro dollar, and you know all the trades where I was trying to place during the week. That's why I'm not going to explain in this video, trying to make them maybe a bit shorter. So just going to look into the possibilities for this coming week. So we are here right now. So you see, we actually euro dollar started to drop really nicely and looking like in this head and shoulders pattern, right? Go back inside the downtrend channel, but then you see suddenly it's turned around, and that's what I'm saying. It's maybe because it had positivity of those news, but still COVID spreading in the EU, and I would have still think more towards that euro should continue the way down. I have no idea why it should continue the way up until the is going to be used, right? The vaccine is going to be actually applied to people. But this moment, you can see euro is actually trying to climb and actually going higher. So I'm not I'm going to exclude, because of the strange reaction of the news, that maybe, I mean, obviously there is also the election, and because of uncertainty, the dollar might be a little bit weak. But usually, you know, when the uncertainty, usually dollar should get stronger. So that's why it's really strange mixture at this moment. So technically, right now we are pretty much in the same area. Remember, we had consolidation here, and so it's back. So that's why I pointed out this area where I'm going to wait for some consolidation. If it's not going to happen on Monday, I'm presuming that possibly on Tuesday, but who knows? You see, now on Mondays the movements happen quite often. It is possible would be placing orders once again both directions. So right now you see it does look a little bit of upside down head and shoulders, right, in the same way as the usual head and shoulders to going down. So that's why I don't exclude that possibly euro can actually go up and get back to 119 again and maybe even try to break it. Okay, so what kind of news positive it should be to do so, I have no idea, but I will not exclude if something like this can happen. Okay, so that's why in this area I had my orders again on Friday. They were floating and nothing, they didn't trigger anything, so I canceled them for the weekend. And so if it will sit in here, consolidate, then I will be looking for placing orders. So that's pretty much with euro. So if it will go up, I will go looking at this level again if it's going to start to consolidate here. If it will break and go down, so then we will see which level is going to be stopping, maybe this one again, or maybe it will actually finally continue even further. Okay, so that's the area to look for first. Pound dollar, still we have the uncertainty again with Brexit. They still didn't tell us anything this week, and they have deadline 15th of November, which is tomorrow, Sunday. So all you can do is just watch the headlines if there is anything going to happen through this weekend, but I don't think there will be, nobody expecting anything. So this week coming new one again going to be a negotiations, and nobody knows what to do next, right? So that's what you can see. Pound had went up a bit and went down, come back up again. So at this moment, okay, let's say technically looking, it's inside this uptrend channel. It does look like a little bit creating head and shoulders pattern. So pretty much technically it should continue the way down as a correction of this uptrend channel, right? So that's what I was telling you about here when it went to this area. I told you that, yeah, I would expect a correction technically looking, but with the news it couldn't go any direction. So if nothing happens, I would probably wait for some consolidation a little bit in this area, once again waiting for some channels, and then we'll see if it can go back up to this level or try to get to the top. And if there is nothing, then this level, and then actually continue inside the trend channel. Okay, so that's how I see with pound. I mean, okay, there are some positivity that a lot of people still expecting there will be deal at the same time, because there is nothing going on, no news, and not giving us anything. That's why pound actually went down, but it does look like it wants to continue the way up. You see, it's not breaking this level, and so quite easily it might continue trying to actually get out from this channel and try to get higher areas, higher prices up somewhere even further. You see, I'm not drawing a new channel yet, because you see we could have connect, let's say maybe the bottoms and some, well, that new top, and then see if it's actually trying to get out from it, because of this still uncertainty with this Brexit deal or no deal, right? So that's why I would just wait for some small consolidation, and then maybe we'll get into the possible those small trades once again. So let's go to dollar Canadian. Had a just nice move up, and at this moment it's just creating looking like a double top. And like technically, like I was telling you, of course, after such a move I would have expected a bit of a correction, right? So when we were here saying, okay, it might be a time for a bit of a correction, and I created this area. So okay, it's a double top, yes it might, but I don't like, because it's so close to the next level, which is around 130, you know, like you see 131, 130, 80 something, and it's above 131, okay, at this moment above 131. So maybe double top, maybe it will continue a little bit in this area. Why I'm saying it might not go for correction, because of the oil prices also went up a lot because of that news with COVID vaccine, and you know, this week it might be all come down and back to the uncertainty with all this growing patients, right? The growing more people get sick. So that's why if the oil, for example, started to fall, which I think it will, then the dollar Canadian can continue climbing even more. So that's why I have this area. Let's say if it will consolidate here, I would place possible orders buy from here and sell orders from that trend line, because if let's say it will go up higher, maybe even break up, so it would be, well, this would be of course better area, because you see it would be at least 40 pips to go back down, or even 70 to go to the next level and then try to break it. So, or it might go even higher about this area. That would be even perfect area to place the orders both directions. I mean, from here I would have expected a bit more a possible correction, okay, if it will not start to do anything around here, this area. But that's the area I will be looking at. So dollar Canadian, dollar yen, as expected, it started to break out. Remember I told you in my last video, but it was so slow, and again on Friday I decided not to go for trade, didn't place sell on this one. And but you see it's actually did what I was expecting, so it went for a correction. I mean, technically looking, it does look like it needs to continue the way down because of this correction, but once again, with all those fears growing COVID, it might once still turn around again. Okay, so at this moment, well, we've been consolidating here previously. It's very tiny. You see consolidation is like nothing pretty much. That's what I was telling you, because it's so tiny movements. I would wait for this, maybe go inside this channel again and consolidate here, or continue to the next one, okay, to the next one, and then we will see, because at this moment it's very small and tiny and I'm not going into anything. So maybe it will go back up a little bit and then consolidate somewhere on top, but still would be better if we could just sit in here. I had previous trade in here, and so then we will see where it's going to go next. We'll try to come back again, consolidating here, or next level, because it's like I'm saying, in technically it is in a downtrend channel. So, and is it in a corrective move? It had a correction up and now it's continuing the way down. So that's why I mean, okay, from here, yes, it needs a bit again correction, right? But I would rather to see possible going more down to here, then correction, and then continue inside downtrend channel. That's the technical picture. Technically, that's how I would see it. You see, that's all this movement happened with all of this COVID news, but it's pretty much stuck inside the channel. Okay, so that's why at this moment, looking at the picture, we are in a downtrend channel. So that's what expect without those news. Let's say pound yen, you see, also had movements, and unpredictable with what's going to happen with Brexit. But I mean, it's actually had really nice moves. Again, tried to get out from the channel. It's an uptrend channel, and now it's inside. It went down as a correction, which is like quite nice, and stopped at one of the levels as expected. Now it does look like it's creating us a pattern, and if it will create a pattern, it's a very nice area. You see it stopped right in the middle between two levels, and technically, of course, if it will create this pattern, then could place the order for sale and then continue down trend correction inside this channel. So technically that's the beautiful picture of what can happen. So if there will be no news, if there is something, then it creates pattern and then jumps up and then go, and again one of the another level stopping, and then some consolidations at those levels. Will be waiting for next entry points. So that's technical overview, guys. Like I'm saying, we don't know what the news are going to be, so just be careful and watch for news. Europound also had a nice movement from here, as I was showing you in the previous video. Didn't go into here where I was hoping it will go there first. It decided to go for correction a little bit earlier and got to the previous level where we had consolidation. So now it does look a little bit like a bullish flag to me. And I would say if it will consolidate here, or maybe a little bit like inside this flag, then at this moment would have been only possible to place buy pending orders, because technically, again, it's in a nice downtrend channel and it has a corrective move inside it. And at this moment of this uptrend correction now is a downtrend correction. So that's why I would say it would have to finish technically, go still to this area, consolidate, and then fall again from here, right? But with the news, of course, the picture might change, and it can go in here, consolidate and break and go in higher. So all depends what this Brexit news will bring us this week, because they are still doing this, right? 15th November tomorrow and still nothing. Next week, who knows what's going to be, something or nothing again. I'm sure the market might have all those jumps or whatever. They're just like going to throw away in the market saying, oh yeah, we're nearly to a deal. And then it's, oh no, it doesn't look like it. So I think the market is already tired, and I mean, it's okay, not too far, still another month roughly, and we are nearly there in December, right? Unless also they're going to, I don't know, still not to do anything, and then maybe decide, well, let's do it in May somewhere, sometime, or like in spring, or another year. Hopefully not. Hopefully we will know. So that's the view on Europound, Australian dollar. Okay, with Australian right now it's not showing, but I'm actually on this account because right now it's not connected. I'm in the floating recovery mode. So I had the one loss and now it recovers. And we had here, remember guys, I was showing you the channel. I didn't cancel the order for the night. I told you I don't usually leave the orders through the night, especially if there's no news or anything. And exactly what I told you it would do, it took me into this trade, right? I didn't want to be in it, but it did take me. And then turned around, continued the way down. So this is where it took me out with the loss, and continued the way down as a recovery now. So I have closed a little bit of profit of recovery, and see it's turned around again. Actually, which I have told you on Friday in my video, that's why I draw this level. I told you that it does look like it. We might be in a bullish flag, okay? And you see what happened? It's turned around exactly in the area where I pointed out. So what is it now? Quite possible it is in a bullish flag, and I was telling you that Australian easily might go reach the previous top again. If you want to know the price, just see what the previous top was around. You see 0733, 780, something like that, and still go to another top from the previous month, like whatever weeks, there, months or something. So around this area. So just if you go further, you will see where that top is. We just had it, so just in case if you still don't know, that top, right? So which was September, August, something like that. It quite easily can do so. But again, you see that's the bullish flag, and then it can reach that, right? So then it's quite going to be a half of the move. So you see if we have such a big move, then we consider that, you see, it's like about 200 and something pips, and if it will go from here, it is about 100 and something, because usually 90% it goes for half of the previous move, not always goes all the way. I think to go all the way it needs something again, something big on the market. So that's why there will be news for Australian. I think there will be Bank of Australia, right? Some news about interest rates and maybe some other reports, financial situation in Australia, and pretty much obviously if there will be some good positive news, I think Australian can make these big moves, right? And who knows again how the election will affect it or anything. We see it's not much had a much of the a little bit of the jump. This was the Monday, right? With the COVID vaccine, it didn't react too much on it. So maybe, like I'm saying, those news will do something. Anyway, so here's the consolidation again. I had these channels here, so it quite possibly will consolidate in this area. And before those news events, I will probably be looking at placing the orders. I mean, let's see how the recovery would continue to do, and that's where I would be looking at possible entry points with next, who knows which levels it will reach, and if it will go down, obviously I would presume it's going to ignore that level and then just go straight to the next one in here with that next possible, you see, inside this downtrend channel. I mean, if it's not going to break it, then I would not consider that anymore as a bullish flag. So if it will go and consolidate, I would probably presume it continue the way down. So you see, it's all changed the picture. Technically, previously it was looking like more towards down, movement, but now you see it's trying to create this bullish flag. Like I'm saying, it's all these things going on with COVID. It's market reaction is um, any news can do. Okay, let's go to gold. Gold, well, one of the expectation was that, of course, after such a big move, a correction needed, and I still look at this as a possible bearish flag. Okay, so we do have a bit of this, you see, uptrend channel, which does look like still a possible bearish flag. But once again, if they sold the news, that's what I was telling you guys, with gold, that's the huge move based on, you see it like 10,000 points in one go, right? So that's why the brokers were like, trying to protect themselves. And like I'm telling you, to get in or out of these trades was quite hard. Yeah. So, and it's the reaction on the vaccine. I mean, nobody was expecting it would be such a reaction, right? Everybody, like I was saying in my videos, were here possibly buying and holding the positions. They thought it will continue way up because there was nothing expected, and then bang. So right now you see the two possibilities. The one possibility that the market come down and still worry about growing COVID, sick people. So that's why, yes, on one hand, it does look like a channel bearish flag. On the other hand, it's quite sharp, well, not sharp, but nicely going up. And I would presume it might have a bit of, well, consolidation in this area. And maybe it will give us a double top and would try to break down. But if people are still will be worried, then the gold might actually start to continue to recover, okay, to gain all those losses and actually try to go higher and higher because of these worries about the lockdowns again and more cases, okay, and who knows what's those news with election, right? Do not forget about that too. So that's why I see, guys, on the technical side, on the technical, I would see more going like this and then breaking, going inside as a bearish flag, and then go in some consolidation, maybe a little bit of correction, and then breaking it and going to 1850 and even maybe trying to break it, okay? Like I told you about, maybe trying to break false and then come back to fool everyone, and then maybe it will not make those big moves until something else going on. So and that's what I think. But if they will do some news again with this vaccine, it might even break even further. If possibly no news anymore, they will just count down all week with the vaccine, and I think gold would be more concentrating on the news, bad news about it. And that's why, yeah, it's easily can go back to it's trying to go to 1900, its favorite price tag, and even further. You see, that's why I have all of these levels again. So you see the next level is quite possible where we go like 1912, 1910. It quite easily can go up to that. And if there is nothing in the news, and kind of consolidate and actually fall from there, right? So it quite could do so. And then we would have to change, maybe you see the levels, which I'm not going to do now. See, it might go like this, who knows. And then we will see. At this moment I'll just leave it as this, because that could be a possible good to look at as an entry point. If it will go and consolidate, you see possible can go down, breaking up and going up. So yes, it's the possibilities with gold, I see. Okay, and let's just quick look on US crude oil. That's what you see happened, right? All this reaction, but after that it came down because it understands that it's still too early to talk about this as a working vaccine. So you see, it's went down. I presume it might have a bit of consolidation, and that's what I think more. Again, technically looking, I think it should continue the downtrend, go back inside this downtrend channel. So, or start just to consolidate in this area, maybe lower here to 130 to 38, and go a little bit, maybe we'll get into the side on this area. Well, except it was around 40 for a while, consolidating. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might just get back into this consolidation area, unless again something with the oil news will come out, and just like I was saying, that by more closer to the end of November, beginning December, a bit more positivity news, maybe when they already start to use the vaccine, then I presume then the oil can start to, go uh, recover again and go higher, because there are still lockdowns, okay, lockdowns, and no movements pretty much between the countries as it used to be, right? So that's why there is no demand for oil at this moment. I don't see. So that was just a reaction. So that's it, guys. That's my overview of the market. So if you like the video, of course, don't forget to subscribe, like, and happy trading, everyone. I see you in my next video. Bye.